Good afternoon, children. So we are going to continue the chapter carbon and its compound. Carbon and its compound. So in the last class, yesterday, we have learnt about the functional group. So functional groups are nothing but they are the group of atoms which provide a special property to the organic compound or hydrocarbon. Existing hydrocarbon, when a group of atom or a group or an element when it is added to the hydrocarbon, a parent hydrocarbon, the property of that parent hydrocarbon will change to another property. Like I told you, ethane. Ethane is there in compound. Ethane is our compound which has the formula is C2H6. The compound ethane, which consists of 2 carbon atom and 6 hydrogen atom. So this is the hydrocarbon part. This is the hydrocarbon. See here, if I say this one, if a functional group is added to this, when a functional group is added, which is this functional group? OH functional group is nothing but alcohol. OH represent the alcohol group. Alcohol group. When OH is added or alcohol group is added to the parent hydrocarbon, this is parent hydrocarbon part, and this is functional group part. This is alcohol is a functional group. See here. So this is the parent hydrocarbon. The parent hydrocarbon, when this hydrogen is replaced by OH group, it is converted into ethane is converted into ethanol. It is converted into ethanol. We call it as ethanol. See here. That's why we call functional group as a group of atom which provides the special character to the hydrocarbon is called as functional group. I told you the functional group. So name of the functional group. Name of functional group. Then prefix, suffix used, and functional group. Functional group. So already we have discussed about one group, that is alcohol group. Alcohol group we discussed. Say for this suffix we use OL. OL is a suffix used over here. So the group is what? OH group. When OH group is added, so it becomes an alcohol. This is the best example that I given here. I hope nobody is having a doubt in this. I hope it is very clear to you. If you have any doubt, please raise your hands, or if you have any type of sort of questions on this, you can ask now. I hope it is clear to you. If it is clear, raise your hands, please. If the concept is clear of alcohol functional group, raise your hands. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So we will move to the next, that is carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid. Name of the functional group is carboxylic acid, and here the suffix used is oic acid. Oic acid, and the group is COOH. When COOH group is added to the hydrocarbon, then it becomes a carboxylic acid group. We'll see one example for that to understand it. Very easy it is. See, They asked in exam to write the structure, molecular form of ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid, you take that, ethanoic acid. So they provide the name of the compound. You have to write the molecular formula as well as structural formula. See, ethanoic. It means how much? Two carbon atom. Represent two carbon atom. Like this. Put the double bond. Here single hydrogen. Put the hydrogen like this. And for this, say COH, carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid group is nothing but COOH. COOH. See here, already carbon. So for this carbon, we have to represent the double bond over here and OH over here. This becomes ethanol. This becomes ethanoic acid. So two carbon atoms. See, two carbon atoms. How many carbon are there? Two carbon are there. Two carbon are there. And for the second carbon, you have to add double bond O and OH. This gives, say, this ethane is converted now ethanoic acid. Two carbon are there. So how to write this? CH3. CH3. You have to write then COOH. This is the molecular formula for the ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. This is how to write the molecular formula and structural formula for the carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid group. You write down now. Look, now you only do it. Propanoic acid. You do it. Propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. Do it on your own. So propanoic acid. So propanoic acid is nothing but carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid group. How will you identify that? By the help of suffix. When they give the thing, you have to see this suffix. You have to see what is the suffix over here. The suffix is oic acid, means carboxylic acid group. The group is what? COOH. Right or no? So prop means how much? Prop means 3. Means 3 carbon atom are there. And just now put the COH group. Anybody written? Aniket, you are raising hand. I don't know what for what reason. Aniket, any doubt, sir? Aniket, any doubt? Aniket, any doubt? Aniket, I'm not able to talk to you from yesterday. From yesterday, I'm trying to talk to you, but you are not communicating. Aniket. Okay. Shreya, but any doubt?
No, sir. It was raised to say that I have completed writing.
Okay. Show me the answer. Show me the answer. So I'm not able to see properly. Turn that. Clockwise turn. Clockwise. Turn clockwise. Turn clockwise so that I can see. Zoom it just. Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you, Shreya. G1, display the answer. G1, display the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nehavi, display your answer. Nehavi, display your answer. Nehavi, G1, display your answer. Nehavi, Nehavi, are you? Yeah, right. G1, right it is. Okay. Nehavi, I didn't get your answer. Yeah, thank you, G1. You can switch off your video mode. Nehavi, Evident, please display your answer. So propanoic acid. Prop means how much? 3 carbon. So put the hydrogen for the first carbon. Second carbon also you put the hydrogen. And if you take third carbon, on third carbon 2 oxygen here and one more hydroxide here. Just check it now. See. So this is the carbon. It is having 8 electrons in the outermost this thing. See. 8 electrons are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is stable. It is stable. See. OH group is added here. Hydroxide group is added over here. OH group, not hydroxide. OH group is added. Alkyl group is added. Like oxygen is added. It becomes a carboxylic acid group. Carboxylic acid group, or we call it as propanoic acid, which can be written as CH3, CH2, COOH. This is the molecular formula for that. Molecular formula. This is how we have to write it. So very easy concept. I hope you have understood this, and we will go to the next functional group, that is aldehyde. Next group is aldehyde group. See, for aldehyde group, what you have to do? So, aldehyde group, we use a suffix is al. Suffix is al, and group is CHO group. CHO group. So, I'll grab this. Aldehyde group. So suffix is what? Suffix is al. Means to take propanal. So prop means how much? 3 carbon atom. 3 carbon atom and OH. So CHO group. Like this. Right. So CH3, CH2 and CHO. So O here double bond. So two pairs of electron is shared here. 2 pair of electron is shared over here, and one hydrogen here, and one more here. This is how you can write the molecular formula, as well as the structure for what the compound name is propanal. Say nal, propanal, al. The suffix used is here. Al is used. Al used means aldehyde group. The group name is aldehyde, and that is group functional group is CHO group. CHO group. So this is how I want to write. Next one is ketone group. Ketone group or halide group. Halide group for this. So suffix is, if it is halides means what? Halogens. Halides is nothing but halogens. Halogens are the 17th group element. 17th group. In the periodic table, there is a group 17th group element. 17th group element are called as halogens, which are usually gas, like chlorine. Okay, chlorine comes under the halogen. Bromine, chlorine, and comes under halogen. Halides are added. So if it is chlorine, we write chlorine. Chloro. We write chloro. If it is bromine, we write bromo. The group is, if it is chlorine Cl, if it is bromine Br, if it is iodine Ib, right? Like this we have to write. Halides. Chloromethane. Chloromethane. See, chloromethane. Methane you have to write. Here one of the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So one of the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. CH3Cl. CH3Cl. This is chloromethane. Chloromethane. We call it as chloromethane. Or we call it as methyl chlorine also. Methyl chlorine also we call it as methyl chlorine. So like this, we are going to represent the halogens or halide functional group. Halide functional group. I hope you are getting my point. So this is how to write the functional group of halides. So then we write one more group, that is ketone group. Ketone group. So it is represent this the suffix used is ONE. ONE. The suffix used is ONE. Then we represent. So here, so what we are going to represent here, double bond O. Double bond O we are representing. Double bond O. Double bond O. We see that how it is done. So ketone group. The suffix used is ONE. Suffix used is ONE, and the group is double bond O. Double bond O. See. So we write propanon. Propanon is a compound. So suffix used is ONE. ONE means it is ketone group. So if it is a ketone group, so you have to write now propane. So prop means 3 carbon atoms. You have to represent this. So how to write here? For the second carbon atom, we have to represent the oxygen atom like this. Oxygen atom has to be represented in between the two carbon atom. I hope it is clear. CH3 or CH3. So this is the molecular formula. Always it is represented in the middle. You have to represent the ketone group. This is how the functional groups, these are the functional group which is represented like this, molecular formula and structural formula. So one more you write now. You write butanoic acid. Butanon. So butanon, ONE. So write it on your own and show me the answer. For the second carbon, remember, for the second carbon you have to represent. For the second, in between two carbon atom, we have to represent the ketone group. Those are finished, please raise your hands. Those are finished writing. Vidya has finished. Okay, display the answer, Vidya. Vidya, what happened? Okay. Yeah, it's right, Vidya. Good.
Yes, sir.
Dhruva,
Yes, sir.
display your answer. Display your answer, Dhruva. Dhruva,
Yes, sir.
display your answer. Turn it clockwise. Turn it clockwise. Or sorry, anti-clockwise. Do it. Now it is clear. Show me once again. Show me. Okay. Okay. This is how we have to write. So there are given. It's given in your textbook. Some examples are given. Go through that example and practice it. Say, please read the concept regularly. If you don't read the concept, you cannot remember it for long time. So please repeat the work. See, when you are when you understood something like if you take in metals chapter calcination, we have learned roasting, we have learned. That has to be written. See, regularly you have to study that. Otherwise, you will forget very fast. Like this, in this also. So whatever the unique properties of carbon. So that is an important part of the lesson that you have to remember. Tetravalency, isomerism, catenation, all that. So next we are going to study about the catenation, isomerism, one of the unique property of carbon, which I have not told. I think I forgot to tell you that. So isomerism. Isomerism. So isomerism. Isomerism means what? So it is a property of organic compound having same molecular formula, but different structural formula. Different structural formula. Understood? That is known as isomerism. And those compounds are called isomers. It shows this isomerism. The compounds which shows the isomer property, isomerism, they are called as isomers. So what is that? So organic compound. What is isomerism? Isomerism is one of the property of what? Organic compound. of carbon property. So property of carbon having the same molecular formula but a different structural formula. Structural formula will be different. Like to take the butane, the molecular formula is C4H10. C4H10, the molecular formula. And the structure is like this. So 4 carbon atom. We represent the 4 carbon atom and we represent the hydrogen like this. So normally butane. So normal butane is like this. So this butane shows the isomerism. So structure. Say this is called as butane. Now we write isobutane. Isobutane means isomer of butane. So molecular formula is same. I told you the property isomerism means what? The property of organic compound having same molecular formula. Molecular formula of butane is C4H10. Similarly, the molecular formula for isobutane is C4H10. See, molecular formula are same, but their structure is different. If we take the structure of isobutane, it is like this. See. See, this is how we have to represent. See, can you see here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom are there, and if you take hydrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, 10 hydrogen are there. 4 carbon is there. With the same formula, they have two structures. So this is called as isomerism, and this is called isomer of butane. Like this it is. So isopentane is there. Like that we have to represent it. So structure, they have a different structure. Means their property will be somewhat different. I told you, say diamond and graphite, they are made up of same this thing. Similarly, organic compounds having same formula and different structural formula. So they are called as isomerism. That's why, because of all this property like tetravalency, catenation, allotropy, isomerism, this property makes the carbon a unique element. That's why, because of these properties, the carbon compounds are huge carbon compounds are there. There are many carbon compounds. That's why the carbon and its compound is studied under a separate branch of chemistry, that is organic chemistry. You have to believe that there is a separate master degree for this. Means for inorganic chemistry is also there. But the carbon and its compound, they plays a very important role in our life. So many of the products we use that is made up of carbon. Without carbon, the life will not exist in the earth. Remember that life will not exist in the earth. So that is the importance of carbon. If you have, because of these properties, it plays a very important role. I hope it is clear now. So we have finished the other one more property of the carbon also. Go through the textbook, go through the textbook, read the textbook, try to understand the concept. If you have any doubts, you can call me. So the next part we are going to study about like chemical properties of some of the chemical properties of carbon. How this carbon actually reacts with other things. How they react actually. That we are going to see. We are going to study about oxidation, how the carbon compounds get oxidized to form some different compounds. how they are substituted. Some of the hydrogens present in the carbon compound, they are substituted by some other element and they get a special property. All this we are going to substitution reaction we are going to study. We are going to study about additional reactions. Then we are going to study about oxidation reactions. That all we are going to study in the next part of the lesson. You see now. So chemical properties of carbon compounds. Chemical properties of carbon compounds. So first one we will study about substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. So whatever I am telling now is a very important concept. The question appears at 2 marks. They may give this question. Write the chemical properties of carbon compounds. Or last year, if you take this question was given for 4 marks. Last year paper 4 marks it is given. Very easy. Means if you write the equation and you have to write the equation for this chemical properties. Then only you will get the marks. Otherwise, it is very difficult. 4 marks, easy marks scoring concept it is. Last year 4 marks it was given. So kindly concentrate on this. Substitution reaction. You know the word substitute. Substitute means what? So volleyball players in the court 6 members will be there. If one of them injured, they will be replaced. The person who is injured will be replaced by some other player. That is called a substitution. Similarly here, carbon compounds. Carbon compounds I told you, usually hydrocarbons. If you take example of hydrocarbons, one of the hydrogen from hydrocarbons will be replaced or will be substituted. Will be substituted for some other element. That is called a substitution reaction. So here, what happens? One example is given in the textbook. Substitution reaction of methane. Substitution reaction of methane with chlorine gas. So usually substitution reaction happens only in the substitution reaction happens in both saturated and unsaturated. Try to understand my point. Substitution reaction happens in both saturated as well as unsaturated hydrocarbon. But there is one more property of carbon compound called as additional reaction. Additional reaction happens only to the unsaturated hydrocarbon, not saturated hydrocarbon. Remember. Why? Tell me the answer. Unsaturated hydrocarbon undergoes a substitution reaction. They do not go additional reaction. Why? Saturated hydrocarbons undergo substitution reaction but not additional reaction. Why? If you know the answer, please raise your hands. Why saturated hydrocarbon do not undergo additional reaction? Nikhil Arengre. Then Pannaga, Sreyarsha, Govana, Aswit, good. Shantika, don't know? Rashmi Pai, good. Siri, okay. Okay. Anyone else? Very easy it is. I don't know why you are sticking so much. So while starting this saturated hydrocarbon part, I told this. Parnaga. Okay. Ashwit, can you tell me the answer? Ashwit? Ashwit, can you tell me the answer?
Yes, sir. I have messaged you.
They are fairly and they are unreactive. Good. So as I said, it is right. So they are non-reactive, means they are inert in nature. So unsaturated hydrocarbons are inert. Inert means they do not react with other element very easily. Under normal condition, they do not react. Under special condition, they react. Not under normal condition. But the saturated hydrocarbon, they undergo substitution reaction very easily. Substitution reaction very easily. See here. A mixture of methane gas and chlorine gas is exposed to sunlight. The substitution reaction happens. The substitution reaction happens. See here. So chlorine, methane gas is nothing but CH4 that reacts with chlorine. So in the presence of sunlight, when the sunlight is made to fall on this, here, see chlorine, one of the hydrogen from methane will be substituted, replaced. How it is happens, you see. CH3. See, four hydrogen are there. I am writing CH3 over here. One chlorine. Cl2 is there. One of the chlorine will be substituting one hydrogen. So, see here. CH3Cl. It happens to be. See, one of the hydrogen is replaced now. Substituted. And we get, so one more chlorine is there here. And here one hydrogen, it becomes HCl. HCl. See here. So it happens to be. If I write the structure, if it looks like this. Cl2, two chlorine are there. So CH3. So if three hydrogen are there, one chlorine is there. See here. CH3, Cl plus HCl. So this is called as, what is the name of this? CH3Cl. What is the name of this? Who will tell this? Anish, tell me the molecular formula for molecular name. What is the name of this compound? CH3Cl. Anish. Anish, I'm audible to you. Anish. So meeting will end within 5 minutes. So I'll send one more link. One more meeting I'll send. Tell me the answer for this. Tell me the answer. CH3Cl. What is the name of this compound? Yeah, some are giving the answer in the chat section. Dhruva, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಾ
ಹೇಳು, ಇದು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳು. CH3Cl. ಈಗಷ್ಟೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? Is it visible what I am showing here?
Chromethane.
Chloromethane. I told you about the halogens. Halogens ಹೇಳೋ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಅಯೋಡಿನ್, ಬ್ರೋಮಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಮಿಥೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕ್ಲೋರೋಮಿಥ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ ನೇಮ್. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ okay, I hope you understood. Similarly, the substitution reaction goes on. Substitution reaction continue ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, CH3Cl ಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, when you add chlorine what happens, CH2Cl2 ಆಗ್ತದೆ, CH2Cl2 ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ HCl ಉಳಿತದೆ. ಅದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, CH2Cl2 ಪ್ಲಸ್ Cl2. So it goes on continuing, what happens, Cl3 ಆಗ್ತದೆ, CHCl3 ಆಗ್ತದೆ, so plus HCl. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ CHCl3 plus Cl2. So what happens, completely 4 hydrogen are replaced by chlorine, CCl2, Cl4 ಆಯ್ತು, CCl4 ಆಯ್ತು, HCl ನೋಡಿ, complete 4 hydrogen ಕೂಡ replace ಆಯ್ತು. All the 4 hydrogens are replaced here. All the 4 hydrogens are substituted by chlorine, and finally what is formed, a new compound is formed, that is carbon tetrachloride is formed. So I will end the meeting. We'll see once again this